Producers, how are you guys doing today? I'll be starting with the sound design first, and then we're gonna make the beat. So let's go ahead and just get started. I want to start by making a nice bass sound, a saw bass. So for that, I'm just gonna get Serum. I do have some presets in my Lush kit for this type of sound. I'm gonna try these out first. That's not bad. That's fine. I really love that bass, the Perfection bass. I'm just gonna use that one. I was gonna make one, but I did want to check for that in my kits before I decided to make anything. So that's our first sound. Let's just color it. Now let's get a few like instrument sounds. I'm gonna look through Omnisphere first and get a bell sound or something. Let me shuffle this. That's fine, that works. I like that sound too. Let me get more of a chord sound now. I want to create something unique. So what I'm gonna do is, let's get like a Rode piano. Now the style I'm going for is very sound design heavy. That's why I want to focus on getting some nice sounds first. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a MIDI clip, and I'm just going to draw one note like this. Here, let's add some effects and like maybe some reverb to this. Let me get a nice high quality reverb instead of the Ableton reverb. It's not bad. Let's add some effects now. So like that. Next, I want to do something with some distortion, which sounds weird, but it's gonna make sense in a bit. Sounds cool. Let's add erosion to this just to see. I kind of like this effect. So we just made the weirdest ass sound, right? I have none of this planned. I'm just trying stuff out, and I just wanted a Rhodes sound, but my overall vision is to create. So right now I just froze the track. Now I'm gonna flatten it to audio. Let's just hit Command G. My overall vision right here is to get a sampler. Let's color this, I don't know. And what I'm gonna do is, first of all, let me hide my face cam. I'm going to get a sampler. I'm gonna put this sound in there, this audio file. We don't really need this anymore, to be honest. And let's just listen to this if I start playing chords with it. Jeez. Now this sound is cool as heck, but what I'm thinking is that we need like a chorus on here to make it nice and thick. Now this sound is sounding super abrupt and super like intense, so I'm gonna turn up the attack to, I don't know, 90. And let's turn up the release. Now something I like to do sometimes is just reverse the sound. So now it's gonna play from the end. Add other layers to this. Let's just call this strange. Let's call it road, because It's a Rhodes piano. Now let's go ahead and add some more simple sounds now. We already have something very strange, so when you're layering sounds, you want to think of how you can complement the sound. So let me go ahead and get, let's see, bro, like a sub or something. Alright, we're good on this sound, I think. It's gonna add like a saw wave maybe. Saw digital. Alright, we're done here. We did something already crazy enough. But what else can we add to this? I think maybe like a aged sounding piano, like a lo-fi piano. That's what I'm looking for. Turn up the volume on it a little bit. It's not very lo-fi, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and EQ this. I already have an EQ on here. So let's go ahead and cut out the lows. Cut out the very highs. Let's see what this vinyl distortion plugin is about. Let me put on my headphones. Sounds so distorted. Maybe a saturator and just saturate it. It still sounds way too high quality. Maybe some reverb before the distortion. See what happens if we add a filter. I know we already have an EQ, which is the same thing, but I want a lo-fi sound. This piano low-key sounds super high quality. See if we can choose a different preset. This is good enough. I'm being way too specific right now. This is ridiculous. I just realized how stupid I look tweaking such little settings right now. So if we turn off, here, let me show you guys. I just renamed this to lo-fi, to lo-fier, because it's a lo-fi. It's making the piano lo-fi. This is our piano with all the effects, and then without it. See what other presets they have. Alright, let's turn on the rack now. Perfect. So right now, I feel like I need one more sound. I need like a different bell. Should I use Contact or Omnisphere? Let's just go with Omnisphere. Alright, we can start actually making a beat now. Finally. Do we want to start with a sample? Fine, let's look for a sample.
And found she was dead. Lifted.
What is this about?
Lifted her up.
I like that. Alright, so what I'll usually do is I'll color the samples that I find a different color, so I don't delete them, then I get rid of the rest. Boom. I don't really need to color it, there's not too much sample material here. Do it anyways. Let me tap out a good BPM for what I'm thinking in this beat. Thinking something like 104. Not 84, that's way too slow. Alright, let's listen to these samples. That's a perfect loop, so what I'll do is I'll just hit warp, then I'll hold shift and drag it until it fits our loop. That's decent. Let's see what's up with this one. Perfect loop, so what I'll do is I'll warp, hold shift, and then drag to the grid. Now it should be on tempo. Let's put it in complex mode. Perfect. See what's up with this one. Alright, that's a good ass loop. Let's go ahead and hit warp, hold shift, drag it to the grid. And then let's go with complex mode. Let's hit ×2. Alright, so we have our sample material. Go ahead and create an audio track. Alrighty, start coming up with a melody for this. Alright, I found the scale. It's just too fast. Let's multiply it by 2. Let's go ahead and capture that. And let's go ahead and quantize this to the grid. Put this in beats mode. I put the sample in beats mode. Get rid of some of these transients. Now wherever I want this this beats mode to be triggered, which means whenever I want the sample to play a little chunk of it, then I'll put a marker at that location. So let me delete the transient here. Put a marker right there. Get rid of this one. Put it right here on the grid. What happens if we put like distortion on it? Let's pitch this up an octave. Alright, we're getting somewhere with this. Let's see what happens if we bring this melody and bring it to the piano. Let's add some other sounds. Alright, so real quick, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to fill up this drum rack up here with some sort of sounds, some drum sounds, and I will be right back. Alright, so I'm back with all my drums down here, and these are what I have. Mafia snare number 7, number 36, both from the Trap Essentials kit, and then I have a few percussion sounds. This needs to be turned up a lot. Those sounds were very weird, but I thought it would be very interesting to use them. Now I have a hi-hat right here. Another snare. Then I have a closed hi-hat. And finally I have a kick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a pattern with these two sounds that I had in mind. Sounds weird, but it's gonna be cool. Now let's go down in the drum rack. I've never done this before, but I'm pretty sure there's this parameter that allows you, a return parameter that allows you to create groups for effects. Let's put like a reverb on here. So this group has no sounds in it yet, but what we can do is we can send our two sounds here. Oh shit, I sent the wrong sound. Need to send the squeak. Let's pitch this differently. Let's put it down. So basically, I just created an effects group and I put those two sounds within that group, and that group had a reverb on it, and that's about it. Now let's duplicate this over. Boom. And I'm gonna grab this sample right here and I'm gonna put it down here. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now this is repeating too many times, so I'm gonna do this. Now let's start adding the snare. Ooh, that hits hard. This one is a little bit delayed. So let me go ahead and bring the start point a little bit later. Fade it in just a little bit. Let's pitch this down a lot. Super loud. Let's turn these down a little bit. A lot. I'm turning down the volume. Now this, let's start adding some hi-hats. Let's do a triplet grid. Alright, let's finish it off like this. I'm gonna go ahead and shape this sound a little bit different. Let's add a bass sound. We have this bass that we still didn't use. This is so cool. I just want to mess around with this forever. Go ahead and add a filter to this. I'm so focused right now, this is crazy. Let's start filling out this kick pattern. I'm not feeling this bass too much. I'm gonna have to change it. Go ahead and add some off snares. Let me go ahead and add that vocal sample a little bit later. Let's duplicate this over a few times. And at this point, let's get rid of this sound right here. Let's make this sound lower. Let's add these vocals. Let me reverse this sample. And right here, let's add those chords, that chord sound. Start adding more notes right here. This is cool. So with this sound right here, let's bring in the fade in point like right here. Now this sample is taking up a lot of space, so first of all I'm going to turn down the volume. Now I'm going to add like some sort of effect to make it sound maybe more stereo. I'm not feeling that sound, that effect. What was the other one? So I was gonna add a simple delay, turn these both to time, turn it up to 100%, turn one to 1 and the other to 20. This should make it pretty stereo. Let's pitch this up an octave right here. Never mind. Let me just undo that. Let me bring all of these up an octave. No, I'm not feeling that. Bring these 3 up an octave. Now mix this a little bit. Let's make these hi-hats stereo. just like this. Let's add like a flanger. So I guess I'm missing one more thing. Like probably a crash, some white noise, and some open hi-hats. So real quick, what I'm gonna do is, let's just do the white noise. Let's color this track white. For lack of a better color. Now let's go ahead and go down here, change this to white, to noise white. And let's cut out the lows. All the lows. So it's just the highs. And let's go ahead and draw a few notes. Matter of fact, let's just copy the kick pattern and drag this up here. So it already sounds super dope, right? At this point, I want to turn up the release. What the fuck? What is this? All right, the release right here. Let's add like a chorus effect. And we can like saturate both of them together just to be creative. With the 6 kit, open hi-hat. That one's kind of cool. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh shit, I'm still on the kick. Let's go ahead and capture that. That is fire. We're going crazy with this. Let's bring this to the end. I'm gonna arrange this beat, finish it up, and maybe add like a few sounds. If there's anything crazy, then I will come back and I promise you I will show you guys what I did. Really all this beat needs is some damn auto-tune or something. And I want to try one more thing on camera. So we have this saw bass, right? Let's try to add an 808 instead of the saw bass at the second part here. So let me go ahead and go to my 808 Essentials kit. Let's get a nice, clean sounding 808. The Angel 808 sounds cool. Ooh, shit. So let's go down here. And let's go ahead and change the amount of voices to 1. Let's turn on gliding. Glide. And let's put it on 250. don't really want to copy this exact pattern, but this sounds cool. So I really have to work on this 808 pattern. I'm not liking how it sounds, like how they're stretched out. So I'm just gonna finish that and I'll call this a day. So at this point I've created a little intro to the beat. There's one little new melody which I added. It's just these basic chords. I made this in like 3 minutes. Go ahead and listen to it. I don't know why I'm whispering. So that's the basic pattern. I also changed the 808 from the Angel 808 to the Smoke 808. It sounds like this. And I swear to God, if my mic is glitching, I'm gonna be so mad. So I thought that sounded way better. Other than that, the beat is just arranged a little bit differently. I added some cool effects to our snare here. To the off snare. I just EQ'd it and made it super stereo. But that's basically it. If you enjoy these types of videos, then really leave a like. Let me know that you guys like this. If you want me to do more of these long types of videos, which I will be. But if you guys like this style, leave a like. Let me know in the comments any suggestions that you want to see on this channel. And other than that, we're done. Peace out.